villagers. Hello, OPM villagers. I trust my ordained parents are well today, and I know it's been a while. We have not seen each other. We have not spoken to each other, and I'm very, very embarrassed. I forgot to switch off the access to limit it to admin, and we ended up having abantu abangena inappropriately with inappropriate content. So I really do apologize for that, and I trust that you probably deleted, because I couldn't delete anything from my side. Nonetheless, today I thought, let me come in. It's a Wednesday, happy hump day. Let me come in and say hello and touch base. And I thought, let me put it on video. Last year we did a couple of healing sessions towards the end of the year, and then I know it was festive season and people are busy. And other than that, our festive season was a strange one this year. Because of the pandemic, the lockdown, the second wave of COVID-19, which has hit us and left us with scars. We lost our loved ones, we lost our jobs, we lost our relatives, because believe you me, there are times where you could not go and be part of a funeral or a relative and be supporting and comforting physically, and that has caused a lot of families to break into two, because they couldn't understand. Some people don't understand why you wouldn't come, even though the media, government actually through media is doing everything in their power to advise us that funerals were a no-go when it comes to a person passing away, having been infected by COVID-19 virus. So to be honest, we have seen families breaking up in that sense, people keeping a social distance, not in physical social distance, but keeping themselves isolated emotionally, away from other people, especially their friends and family. So we've been hurt. We've been hurt in many different ways. There was a week where almost every day I will get some news of somebody that I know who has passed on, and it was so sad. I got hit by COVID myself. Luckily, I was asymptomatic, and I had to carry on with the duties of becoming a mother, of becoming a wife. When my husband was not well over that period of time, isolated, I needed to take care of him. I needed to take care of the kids, because they tested negative, but about 5 days later they developed some kind of flu, which lasted for about 3 to 4 days. Thank goodness. But when they were sick, I was running the whole household alone and lonely, because we did not know if perhaps they tested prematurely and they actually had contracted COVID themselves. But we ended up not taking them back, because we knew that it was going to devastate them. At least us as parents, as adults, we can take some kind of pain and make sure that we try and block it for them psychologically. We thought they would be devastated to hear that they had contracted COVID themselves, especially through us. So but we are all well now. We have recovered completely. I've started my exercise routine, and everything is going smoothly. The treatment is long gone completed. Back at work has been really absorbing for me. I'm in FMCG as in my full-time work, and with all this COVID, there's a lot of things that are happening at work when it comes to stock availability. We've got plenty stock, the demand is low, and the supply is so high, and we have to manage expiry stock and a lot of things that's coming in between, which then means it's taking away time from me strategizing. You can't even strategize and plan for the year properly because you almost don't know what's going to happen. So that brings me to the topic that I wanted to chat to you today, that as I was just alluding to earlier, that at work I already know what I'm going to do. I have a plan mapped down on what I'm going to do to achieve my goals at work, to make sure that my KPIs are met at work. But I have a question, that what is it that I've done at home? And I reflected. Yes, most of the time we find that we do plan. We don't really plan, but we kind of get into the swing of things eventually and see how it goes. But I want today to think about being deliberate in planning with our children. I want us to be deliberate in supporting our children based on a mapped down plan, and where possible, because when you plan, you see things before they even hit you. You see, you have a certain vision that you want to achieve for the year, so that if there are any things that come and disrupt your plan, you kind of have a plan B or something to fall back on, without losing the vision that you have, or the things that you want to achieve, the goals that you want to see come through, and the dreams eventually, because he's talking about human beings here who have dreams and really high hopes to make it big in life, in becoming and serving God's people through the purpose in this lifetime. So if we do not have purpose in making sure that we see them through, I say them, our children, we see our kids through their journeys. We've seen metrics. The pass rate has been lower than last year, but for me it was great for the fact that we're coming from a really, really bad patch of our lives globally. We were all affected. We didn't know how to support our children in the beginning in terms of their study work, and there was new ways of studying, there was new ways of consulting with their teachers. So we've seen them pushing and getting it done. So kind of we have some kind of idea of how we can expect 2021 to be, whereas in 2020 we were running blindfolded. So have you made time to sit down with your child and plan what is his year or her year going to look like? Because out of that you will find a meaning and a purpose to support him. And if you don't have those resources, you have an opportunity to go out and seek for those resources, such that you bring them back into the household in support of your child. So for instance, I've got Nkosazana. She's 7. She's in grade 7 this year, and I'm trying to get her to be as independent as possible. So one of the things, might be small, is that she wakes up early and she prepares herself lunch. And thank goodness she was very open about it. She's quite a pedantic person. She's quite particular with his food, and I think she's come to a point where she feels comfortable to prepare her food the way she wants to. She would pack her lunchbox the way she wants Because she's so particular, she's also, helping in ensuring that she is getting better in this independence thing. So I thought, let me take that opportunity to make sure that she learns how to become independent, and that I believe that it has helped quite a lot in our journey with her. And it's not just us, just picking one small example of the things that we have changed, and we say this year we're going to structure it differently. The same for my elder daughter, the same for my son who's hoping for promotion, the same for my daughter who's hoping for a job, and she's actually have secured herself a job already this year. And the same for my son who's at college, his plan for this and how is he going to execute this year. And the planning is very, very paramount, that we don't just limit it to ourselves. We need to pass that skill onto our children and keep them accountable on the things that we have agreed upon. Keep those checks going, and keep them accountable to drive their own growth, and remind them that we are there for providing resources, we are there for providing support in everything that they do. So thank you so much for this video. I thought it was gonna be 5 minutes, but I guess it's been a long time. We haven't seen each other, we haven't spoken to each other about parenting. So keep rearing well, and all the best into 2021. We will be touching base soon. Take care.